Cup, important games from a Bristol point of view to bring through some of the youngsters.
Yeah, I made it quite clear to the squad this morning that I don't subscribe to the view that it's the second objective for us this season. It's the next game. I can understand how squads that have slightly lesser players may want to farm out to other people, but we're lucky here. We've got 48 professional players, so we're putting a team out this weekend which will wear the shirt, the standards that we'd expect if we were playing London Welsh in the in the playoffs. So for me, really exciting opportunity to let players get more game time.
Yeah, and the youngsters that come in, so much motivation for them, given the first team at the moment's got a lot of players that made a similar sort of journey to them.
Yeah, absolutely, and we've benefited from some A-team fixtures. I think the United fixtures have been a real shot of confidence in us, knowing that these players can perform at that level. I think back to the game against Worcester a couple of Monday nights ago. There was some real step up there against Premiership standard players, and we see these boys every day in training, and they may be young of age and maybe not a lot of experience in a Bristol shirt, but every day we put the players under pressure. So when they get their chance, we're not surprised when they take it, as if Mitch and Marco as time gone by.
Yeah, and from their point of view as well, you obviously feel that this is a great breeding ground for them. Feel that they're not that far away from being ready to play in the Championship.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, what we want for players is competition at the highest level we can get them, which is why Andy and Sean have been keen to get the 18 fixtures up and running this year, and Matt and I have been very happy to support that, and we've had a great fixture away to a spirited Cambridge team. And could have snuck it against a Worcester A team at the Six Ways a couple of weeks ago, and this is just another step up on their development of not just the young players. We've got some young players in Sambu and Jarv, and actually it's a chance for these boys to go out there and say, hey, don't forget me.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's an important competition because it's silverware as well. It's an old cliche, but at the end of the day, it's a competition you want to win.
Yeah, it's important because, like I said, it's the next Bristol game, and we don't enjoy losing. We definitely don't enjoy losing at the Mem, and so we're not looking to back that up in any format. And as I say, for me, it wouldn't matter if it was B&I Championship or Heineken Cup. It's the next game for Bristol at the Mem, and we'll be treating it as serious as any other.
Yeah, it's just then you feel a game that you can ill afford to lose because of that, because of what happened against Leeds. You want to put the record straight right away.
I think we know that any time that we go out, we're expected to perform, and there was parts of last week that were reviewed which weren't where we want them to be. This week isn't so much about putting that right. That's been and gone. This week is about us, repaying the great support that we have at the Mem, but also to make a statement that we have a number of players available, and to give players the chance to say, okay, you've got the shirt. Show us what we believe, what we know you can do from training, and then you're in the mix for when the league comes back around again.
Yeah, and what do you know about Gala?
We know what we're expecting. Obviously, we've analysed the game from Aberavon, which they had in the B&I in the previous round. Obviously, we've got a few Scots in the camp in here. Carl Trainer spoke about Gala this morning. We're expecting a very spirited border sort of large farming community, so that's similar to where I've come from. So I know that's pretty spirited, strong guys. So I think that they're going to come here with a really ambition to take us on, coached by ex-Scottish internationals. So they're a good side, and being successful over the last 2-3 years, been continually at the top of the Scottish Premiership, which is the second division in Scotland. So I think it's going to be a really good encounter.
Yeah, and you'd expect any team that comes to the Memorial Stadium to raise their game anyway, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely, and that's exactly what we want. We wouldn't want teams to come here and roll over. So I think any challenge is going to be a tough one, and this one's about making sure that we execute what we need to.
Yeah, and there's a run of games in this competition now, which I guess is a good thing from your point of view because it gives the players a chance to get a series of games under their belt.
Yeah, again, I think the back-to-back is new to a lot of these boys. Again, it's a Heineken Cup type environment where you play the same team. So obviously we're at home this week and away next week with the Aberavon replay sort of sandwiched in between the middle. There's a different feel to playing a team in a 7 day turnaround in what you can find out and know about each other. So it's a new experience, and probably looking forward to it.
Good luck, Matt. Thanks for your time.
Thanks, buddy.
Matt, are any of those who play on Sunday likely to be asked to sort of back it up again 2 days later at Aberavon, or will that be a completely fresh squad, do you think?
Yeah, I think as it stands, as I mentioned, with the size of squad that we've got, that we'll be looking at to use 2 separate squads. Maybe some bench sort of falling over, but generally, I think there'll be 2 separate squads. The one team will take on the Gala sort of two game series. And we'll sort of treat the Aberavon game as a separate entity on the Tuesday.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Gala, looking at them, they're top of the Scottish Premiership,
Yeah.
obviously doing well. The one result, or the one performance against an English team, they conceded 86 points against Leeds. I mean, is there anything you can read into that? I mean, regarding perhaps their sort of amateur status, or?
Well, I think we saw the strength of Leeds at the weekend, so we can read something into that they didn't concede 80 points against a team that couldn't play. Yeah, of course, teams that train 2 weeks a night, the preparation, they're not going to have the time that we're fortunate to have. So we've come up with what we perceive is the plan that will put them under pressure. But like I said, that doesn't mean they're going to be any less spirited, any less proud to put on their jersey, and come down here on a long journey to really take Bristol on the men.
Imagine some young players playing this weekend. Anyone coming back from injury yet?
No, we've got some good week with Jack Wallace and Eric Clarsons have been to St George's, to the FA rehab centre there, which is a fantastic facility. Both of those were out running on the pitch last week, and they're racehorses. When they go past you, they're in great shape, and they're getting really close to putting a shot on, which I think is really exciting times ahead for those two. But I think we were lucky enough to pick who we wanted from this fixture on the weekend.
How did the link come about then with the FA? Was that?
I just think it is one of the top sporting rehab clinics in the country. So it's used by all sports, all top level Olympians go there as well. So we try and get our players the best care that we can, along with our own medical team here. And Fatua went following his injury, and it just make a massive boost into their recovery.
Yeah, is there any chance they could be involved before Christmas, or a little bit further?
It's still much into that. How they come back from this week, I think will be key. But they're close and they're on the pitch, and I always think from a coach, when you see a player with their boots on the grass, that it's getting close. As for a time scale, I wouldn't want to put time on that.